So how do you balance that mad passion to build something from nothing while at the same time honoring all the things you need to do to take care of yourself and your relationships outside of that quest? That's what we're talking about on today's Good Life Project Jam Sessions. So one of the most challenging things to do, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an artist, whether you're a musician, whatever it may be, when you're involved in something that you're madly passionate about, something that wakes you up in the morning because you can't wait to do this thing, something where it's not just a short-term project, even though that's where your energy may be focused for now, but it's something where you're looking forward to building a body of work over weeks, months, years, maybe decades and a lifetime. When you've got something like that in your life, and it may evolve into different things, but when you have something that wakes you up eager to do it and pulls you in, it can sometimes become really difficult to try and actually live a normal life outside of that, but not only to live a normal life, but honor the relationships that you have in your own life that you hold just as dear, that add so much value and meaning and purpose to your life. Not just with other people, but the relationships you have with yourself, with your mindset, with your health, with all those needs that you have to take care of to be able to actually mount that professional or passionate quest and be able to do it on the highest levels. I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs, and I've worked with entrepreneurs and seen a lot of artists who go into this creative rabbit hole and they start spiraling into a place where they completely lose touch with reality, with the people that mean most to them. And they almost forget that if they don't take care of themselves, then they fall apart and they can't create. If they don't take care of their relationships, then those relationships fall apart, and the things that sustain them and fuel them and gave them all the support that they needed to do these amazing things in the world, they evaporate, they crumble, and they shut down their ability to actually mount that passion, that quest, that desire to build something big in the world. So how do you deal with this? Because the tug to put all of your energy into that field of intense passion can be all-consuming for a lot of people. Well, one of the most powerful tools that I've found to deal with this is a practice called mindfulness. And it's a form of meditation. It's very simple. Fundamentally, the instruction is super easy. You just sit and you focus on your breath. I wake up every morning and I sit and I actually do a mindfulness practice, a seated mindfulness practice for about 25 minutes before I do anything every single day. One of the powerful things about this practice is that it literally rewires your brain, and it allows you to focus your attention so you can get these really intense bouts of focused attention where you can get insane amounts of insights and creativity and work done. So it trains your attention, but it does something even more powerful than that. Not only does it train your attention, it trains something called meta-attention. So what is that? Well, your meta-attention is actually, it gets a little bit weird. It's your ability to notice where your attention is. So my attention says, I'm painting, I'm just focusing on my painting. Meta-attention is when I'm painting, and then I have the ability to zoom the lens out and say, oh, all of my energy is on painting right now. Meta-attention would be if you're obsessing about a particular thought or idea or song, whatever it may be, to zoom the lens out and notice the fact that you're obsessing or spinning about this thought, idea, or thing. Once you have the ability to zoom the lens out and actually start to see more deliberately where you're placing your attention on a regular basis, that gives you the ability to make proactive decisions about how to invest your time, how to invest your energy, and how to shift where you're placing your attention, your focus, your awareness, your efforts, your work in a far more intentional way, so that you can almost stop yourself when you find yourself going into that creative rabbit hole where nothing else in the world exists for days, hours, weeks, or months, and say, no, this is my circuit breaker. I can see what I'm doing. I'm zooming the lens out. I also have other things, other people that are intensely meaningful to me and my life. And I want to honor those, because if I don't, they'll go away and I'll be in a really bad place. So let me make an intentional decision to shift where my energy is going. The practice is really powerful in allowing you to do that. The other thing it allows you to do is to choose very deliberately rather than just react to what's in front of you. And what that allows you to do is actually get a lot more done on a daily basis. So instead of reacting constantly to putting out fires, it gives you the ability to say, wait a minute, what really is important to me rather than what's in front of me? Let me do what's important. And you can get a lot more done when you focus on those sort of, the 80-20 that's really important. And that actually gives you more time in your day to then spend with the people who you adore and who make your life so rich. It gives you more time in your day to then actually take care of yourself, your nutrition, your fitness, your movement, your mindset. Really powerful thing to bring into your ability to actually stop the spiral into the creative abyss, the entrepreneurial abyss. Pull yourself out. Understand where your lens is focused right now and then focus it somewhere else so you can do the things and be with the people who mean so much to you in your world beyond that big creative quest to build something substantial in the world. One of the other tools that I find really valuable in addition to mindfulness for rebalancing where you place your energies and not going into that creative abyss is to literally create circuit breakers. So I call them circuit breakers and rescuers. So have somebody who's close to you and make an agreement with them saying, hey, listen, I'm going to set an agreement with you that says that I'm really devoted to bringing this thing to life, but at the same time, I'm very devoted to you. But sometimes I lose track of that. Sometimes I can't remember. Sometimes I go so far down the creative abyss that I have trouble pulling myself back, and I want you to help me. So you have a rescuer who basically you say, what I want you to do, I would love to rely on you to help pull me back to this place where, to remind me, you're important, these other people are important, my body's important, so I can honor those commitments. And then the circuit breaker is a trigger that would sort of allow that person to say, we've agreed that if I see this particular behavior or this phenomenon happening, that is a trigger for me to then go and say, your actions are no longer in line with your values and I'm coming to rescue you. Like, we've agreed that if I see this is a circuit breaker, let's hit the circuit breaker so you can reallocate. Mindfulness is great, it's a powerful tool, but sometimes we go to that place where it's even hard for our mindful practice to bring us back from it. So creating circuit breakers, definite triggers, and then rescuers, people who know those triggers and are sort of empowered to say, hey, we hit a circuit breaker, come back, let's realign your energy, your efforts, your attention with your values, is another really important tool to bring into this quest to balance the way that you invest your energy between the creative endeavor that's in front of you and your desire to be healthy and vital and honor the other relationships and activities that are so meaningful to you in the world. So I'm Jonathan Fields, signing off for this week's Good Life Project Jam Sessions.